Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here. I sit and I pay attention to what's happening around me. And it seems like the mission that I'm on is the most important thing to me. All around me, there are things that's going on that need some involvement. And I'm talking about personal stuff that I can't even find any energy for it because all our energy is directed toward making uh, a beautiful a beautiful home. And when I say home, I'm talking about an earth that we as human beings can be so excited about. Our dream home. And it takes all of my attention. Yeah. And and when I sit up and I listen to people like, and I put political arena, let's say Republicans and Democrats, when I sit up and I watch, I say Republicans, and I watch how their philosophy is about society, and what is best and what is proper, and the moves to make. And then I think about all of the problems that exist, even when we have those administrations in power. I think about the Democrats who come into office because they got a better vision for the people of the nation, and the people of the nation who have decided that the Republicans failed them. So they decide to go with the Democrats this time. And then the Democrats do whatever they do. They mingle with Congress as they all have to do. And at the end of the day, the Democrats fail the people. And then you have before the people, again, Republicans who have failed the people, Democrats who have failed the people, each of them standing before the people again, talking about who can do this and who can do that. And the people don't have any support of anybody being able to achieve anything. So what they do, they just stay with their team. If they're Republican, they stay with the Republicans. If they stay with the Democrats, they stay with the, if they're Democrats, they stay with the Democrats. And they accept the fact that the reason that they have failed in their efforts to achieve what they had promised is due to the resistance of the other political party. They each claim that as their excuse for failing the people. And the people buy into it every year. They buy into it. And I sit there and then something happens, the people go mad or something. And so on one occasion, another person came running for political intervention. And they decided to take advantage of the split party by splitting them even different, by joining on the side of one. And which one was that? The one with the real power. To join that side and step into the mix and take it deeper into the mire. And the people who were already on that side just rolled it all away, it appears. And so what I'm actually talking about is the Trumpers. Now they have almost like split the Republican Party, which was no good for the people anyway. And now you got the Trumpers who have decided that they wanted to take over the government and treat the people of this country, apparently, this is what their actions implies, the way that dictators treat other people. You got no rights. You walk in step with what is dictated, and everybody walk in step to it. Whether it's right or wrong, it doesn't make any difference. You just be obedient, or you're gonna wish you had. And this is what a great percentage of the people of America want for this nation, thinking that they will be the ones that's blessed. They will be the one that's given the benefits, which means that what they are actually standing up against, a government that they say just fails everybody, that does nothing for anybody, and Trump does everything. And what they want to do is actually get over with Trump, believing if they take over the country, then Trump would benefit them in such a way that they would represent what they have put down during the current situations of our system of government. And what you actually have, ladies and gentlemen, what I have explained to you is two systems of government, two various types of system that trying to operate a government, should I say. Two various types of systems trying to operate a government. And each one of them has failed. Here's the amazing thing that I could see when I watched the people on the television, excited about lies, excited about stuff that Democrats see as this evil stuff, as evil as it can be. Now, this is what gets you. The Democrats see the Republicans and the Trumpers as from the pit of hell. That's exactly where they see them. On the Republican side, they see the Democrats exactly from the pit of hell. Now, do they have any justification? I guess they do. I don't know. But this is where they see them. Each one see the other from the pit of hell. So wherever you are, you got demons, according to the people of this country who are in politics, Republican and Democrat. You got demons running the country. Demons. Demons. And when you say demons, what are you talking about? You're talking about liars and cheaters and hypocrites and racists and bigots and haters and warmongers and killers. That's what you got running the country. Running the country. And everybody knows when Donald Trump came on the scene, he was telling these same kinds of lies. He was presenting evil. Now, I can say Donald Trump because I've already indicated that the whole nation is engulfed in evil. I'm just saying now Donald Trump came in on his particular type of evil. And he must have had a lot of partnerships just already planted. Whether he knew it or not, I don't know. I don't even know if it's important. But when he stepped out, they came out of the woodworks. And he got all of the attention he could possibly need and more beside, free. And the people that were sitting in under beds and hiding under cloaks of the law now had a chance to come out. And the ugliest part of America exposed itself. That which is the ugliest. That which was so ugly, it beat people and turned them into slaves and burned up their property and did everything to destroy them, to bring them down. This is the ugliest part of America. The ugliest. And now they want to bring that back, saying it was when they were at their best. It's when they were at their ugliest. And though the man got impeached a couple of times and the people who didn't like Trump threw him out, the rest of the people say, no, he's not thrown out. But here's what blows my mind, ladies and gentlemen. If you ask yourself, I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to the world. I'm talking to you. If you ask yourself, what do you want out of life? The things that you would point out that you want out of life, I guarantee you that 95% of those things that you said would be the same thing that come out of the mouth of everybody else that was responding to their question. And then you could say to the people, well, I tell you what, I can share with you a system that you can institute, It's not a Republican instituting it as if they got some vision, or a Democrat instituting it as if they got some vision. It is a plan that is agreed upon by you, the people. Since at least 95% of you people answered this question the same way, you, the people, can implement it. So there's no Republican to blame, no Democrat to blame. You got the power to protect it and to make sure that it happens exactly like you designed it to happen. It would offer you that you would never have to worry about food, clothing, shelter, education, health care, transportation, or any of those things that you have determined are essential for your survival. And the way you guarantee these things by making sure that everybody who benefits from any part of it play a part in the process of creating enough that all people could have access to it without ever running out by having a career of your own choosing. And this is how it's supplied and maintained. Now, this would offer peace and prosperity and freedom and joy of your life and the fulfillment of your dreams. It actually would. For 10 years, the American people have had that message put before them. 10 years. You can go on the internet, on YouTube, just YouTube alone, and you will find 10 years of posts, video posts. You will find over 3,000 videos telling you that that which you just said that you wanted for yourself has been promised, that you can have it if you, and you know what? For 10 years, this which you have said in this moment ago that you said you wanted, for 10 years, you haven't rejected it if you heard it, or for the most part, never heard it. Because the powers that be that made it so obvious that those lies that Trump was telling, that everybody got a chance to hear him all the time, all the years, throughout the years, didn't want you to hear one thing. Because this message was not just posted on YouTube and other places, it was sent to the newspapers and to the radio stations and everywhere. Thinking that because you say you wanted this, that they would be so glad because they wanted too. And they would share it with you, just like they share with you all this ugly, evil stuff, all this dirty, low-down stuff from the hell. They gave it to you. But the stuff that would be the answer to your dreams, you have never heard about it. And if you go back and check this post, if you happen to be listening to this post, go and check it and see how many people have clicked on to hear it. And you will find 2 or 3. Maybe, depending upon if it's 5 or 6 years later, you might have 35, 40 people. Why? Because the reality of it is that people do not have any faith in God. They hear about God. They believe in God. They even think that they are connected to God. But the truth is their evidence reflects they know nothing about God. In fact, they really hate God. Why? Because they've been trained to act in such a way that their results indicate it can only come from people who hate God. But now, I know you don't hate God. It's just that you've been blindly led in such a way that your activities represent hating God. Now, I think I will leave that with you because my whole main point was to remind you that people are whipping it up, talking about one of the evil voices, one of the most evil voices this nation has ever known, gets back into the White House of power so he can destroy you. So he can destroy you, people of color, destroy you, take away everything that God has given you. That's as demonic as it can get. Now, why am I saying that? I'm saying it because I have said that on both sides they represent the devil. I have said the Democrats and the Republicans represent the devil. And I said all of the people are engaged in the process. And I told you what representing the devil and that evil meant. I have shared with you what you have already known. Now, here's the $2 question. Maybe let's make it a $3 question. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? Here again, I have just shared with you. You go do your research. Look over the past 10 years and see you'll hear the same message over and over again. Over and over again. The power's in your hands, not in Republicans or Democrats. The power's in your hand, but you got to care. You got to care about others just like you want others to care about you. And the money people have said, can't let that out. Keep that secret. Don't let them hear it. And you haven't heard it. Because the truth of the matter is that I truly believe, I'm telling you now, I truly believe that If the media, if the outlets would have shared that information with you that I just shared with you, even if they did it at this late date, if they shared it with you with the urgency that they shared those lies that were given to you by that last administration, I believe that you would have been so excited, and you know what? You wouldn't have had to have an insurrection. There wouldn't have been no beating people up. There wouldn't have been no down on the on the Capitol talking about killing people and hanging people. None of that stuff would have happened. But that's the path that you're on, ladies and gentlemen. You can't deny it. You cannot deny that you're on the path to evil. You can't deny it. There's nobody in this country can deny it. You even got preachers over there talking about God walking on the path with the devil. You got people, the preachers over there, taking God down the river. And you got people over there, got Trump leading God. Trump leading God. I think I better leave it there. Because somebody might have thought that I'm saying that Trump is leading God. No. I say people are believing that Trump is leading God. Why? Because they just that off center. Bye.